Mahirap kasi mabusisi, number one. Pangalawa, and we need very highly trained auditors for this kind of work. Pangalawa, there is always our security concerns, no? Our personal concerns on our own security and all that, no? Ako at least nandito lang ako sa opisina, pero yung pong mga aming auditors na lumalabas, marami po kaming na-experience na harassment o opo. Pero I think that's the hazard of of the profession, at ako'y saludo sa aming mga auditors dahil maski mahirap. Remember, this is the same audit team or audit office that did the ARMM audit.
And then source po from Legend 5. Karamihan po ba ng pondo na yun, yung 12 billion na PDAF, ay napunta dun sa 10 NGOs under the POLES?
Ang napunta kay Napoles, dun sa 10, no, na nililink ngayon kay Janet Lynn Napoles ay 2.157, I think. Something like that.
All 12?
6.156 ang napunta sa 82 NGOs.
All these NGOs are questionable?
Yes.
Ma'am, pwede po
merong mga some are more questionable than others, okay?
Magandang hapon.
Yes, ma'am.
Dahil sa dami nitong mga butas, supply, at pagdidispalko ng PDAF, bakit sa report, hindi niyo pa ba nirekomenda na tanggalin na yung PDAF o i-abolish na? Kasi napakalawak po nung kinover ninyong maglulustay. Actually, kung tutuloy po kayo ng 101 billion pesos, plus 12 billion pesos, plus kung ano-ano pang amount, this is for the covered period, actually entirely the entire PDAF almost. So, ibig sabihin, wala akong magandang nangyari sa PDAF. Nirecommend niyo po bang tanggalin na yung PDAF?
Whether or not to retain the PDAF, I think is best addressed to the wisdom of Congress. At sa ganang amin, with what we have come out, we just hope, and because we have also brought this to their attention, nagagawan nila ng kaukulang pansin.
So, ang Kongreso po ba?
Do you still trust Congress after this?
Don't you?
No. Do you still want your answer?
Yeah. Bilang
Yes, as an institution of government, yes, I trust
Why?
Congress.
After
Of
reading all
course.
this, why? Why?
As an institution, I trust Congress, you know.
Why?
Because, I mean, it's a government.
It's the same people every year. You
Can we use the mic, please?
Ay, ewan ko sa'yo, hindi ko
Debating you now. But can you give us a more concrete reason why do you want this retained?
Ako ba ini-interview mo?
Ask COA, ma'am.
Sorry, hindi ko nasasagutin yan, Iho. Hindi na. I think that's beyond this. Okay, yeah.
Ma'am, good afternoon. I'm Juliet Havaliana, also from the Inquirer.
Hi, Juliet.
I just want to clarify 2 points. Yung 2.157 billion that went to the 10 Napoles NGOs, were you able to determine that they went to the pockets of the NGOs and their sponsors or to the project recipients?
No, I mean, to whether it went to their pockets or what, no, hindi umaabot hanggang dun yung aming audit, no? Kasi unang-una, Janet, hindi namin na-audit.
Juliet,
I'm sorry, Janet tuloy. Oh my God. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Sorry. Hindi kasi namin na-audit yung NGO mismo. Okay? Actually, under the guidelines, no, under the rules, if I may say, no, both of the TBM and the COA, dapat yung MOA na ni-enter nila, naka-require doon that they should submit to the visit to the auditorial authority of the COA. But none.
But now, since it went to the NGOs, can we say that these 2 billion pesos probably were disappeared na and didn't go to the recipients at all? The intended recipients?
Mahirap magsabi, Juliet, because sa aming mga auditors, we do not wish to speculate sa ganyan.
Ma'am, and then sana
We want to look at evidence also.
Ma'am, the senators who were mentioned, there are 5 of them already. They said that hindi naman nila kasalanan yan because it's up to the LGUs or in the project recipients. So, paki-clarify lang ma'am yung process sa NGOs. Are they responsible, the lawmakers are responsible for these funds going to the NGOs? Kasi sabi nila, pagka-identify nila, wala na silang responsibility of monitoring or even checking if those PDAF projects really went to the projects that they identified.
Okay, under the rules, okay, it's supposed to be the implementing agency kasi kaya nga siya implementing agency. Nasa kanya talaga yung yung accountability, no? Kaya lang dito sa aming audit nagpapasahan sila sabihin ng implementing agency, hindi, wala naman kaming control dyan kasi kung sino yung in-endorse ng legislator, doon namin binibigay. Tapos, sabihin naman nila, actually, nag-control dyan o nag-oversee yan or whatever. So, the implementing agencies have been very candid with us na wala talaga kaming hindi talaga namin yan minanage, no? At ang sinasabi nila, actually, ang nag-manage dyan o tumitingin dyan, yung opisina ng legislator. Yung kung sino mang staff ang nandun. And actually, there are names mentioned, no? Sino sa opisina ni ganito, sino sa opisina ni ganyan, no? So, bale, nagpapasahan yung sa legislator at saka ang tawag ito, sa implementing agency, no?
Hindi liable yung legislator, ma'am? Hindi liable.
I think that the DOJ and the Ombudsman are already investigating, and I think that we just have to wait for the results naman of their investigation on the culpability of the legislator, the office of the legislator, and or the implementing agency, etc., etc.
Alam na ba ni Pangulong Aquino yung report ninyo?
Pinadalhan po namin siya ng ng kopya ng aming report kahapon. So,
meron po ba siyang komentaryo o abilin sa inyo ano dapat gawin?
Wala naman po.
Like magkaso kahit sino man? Kasi
Wala po siyang sinasabi sa akin, but I think that he said that on TV and on media. Sinabi naman niya yata yun, di ba? That's what I hear also from the spokesperson na ang bilin ng presidente o gusto ng presidente walang, go where the evidence leads you. And I think that's also his directives to the DOJ, kaya naman puspusan ng ginagawang investigasyon ng DOJ. Sa amin naman, kaya may marinig kaming gano'n o wala sa presidente, kami naman po ay isang independent body, we do what we have to do and this is what we came up with.
Ma'am, nalaman mo ba natin dahilan kung bakit yung ibang...
Sorry, can we just to facilitate the asking of questions? We'll give you the mic so you can ask.
Yeah, kasi medyo...
Tapos salitan po tayo. Okay? Yes. We'll start with si Weng po ulit.
Weng.
Si Gabambi. What's the next move now? Nabigyan niyo po ng kopya ng report si Pangulong Aquino. Paano po yung mga investigating bodies katulad ng NBI and Ombudsman para po sa next move ng filing of charges?
Also, we have given the Ombudsman and the DOJ and the NBI, the AMBLOC, the DBM, copies of our report.
Ma'am Peter Tabingo, Malaya. Sabi niyo 32 billion lang based on documents given to you by DBM. Pero sa audit, 101.6 billion.
VILP ito. VILP yung pinag-isapan natin yan.
Meron po bang complicit DBM for keeping the documents, for losing the documents?
Hindi po namin alam. Again, I suppose that will form part also of the investigation of the DOJ and the pangalan nito and the ombudswoman. Oo, kasi pero linagay po namin dun sa aming recommendation, pinansin namin yon at pinapaalalahanan po namin ang DBM na maglinis naman kayo ng inyong records. And you have to be very perspicacious. You have to be tutukan nyo naman yung mga records na yan, no? Ang COA naman po kasi parang in a sense we are the biggest whistleblower, kumbaga, no? We call attention to, we make certain recommendations, But at the end of the day, kung may kakasuhan po dito, it is the Ombudsman and or the DOJ that takes care of that. Kaya naman po mga reports namin, pinapadala po namin sa kanila.
Question. Chair, clarification, you mentioned a 101.6 billion. Can we say na itong 100 billion na to ay medyo pinaglaruan, tinispal ko? Can we say that figure?
Just sa 101.6 billion na yan, 32 billion lang ang na-cover namin sa audit kasi ito yung sa mga ahensya, no? And I think that several hundreds of millions we found to be missing or not fully accounted for kasi nandyan yan yung mga na-overprice yung kontrata o so forth and so on. So siguro mga about 1 billion dyan nag-leak.
So ma'am, 32 billion yung dubious transactions ng mga bida.
Hindi naman yung buong 32 billion dubious kasi may mga proyekto naman eh. Kaya lang itong mga proyekto na to, halimbawa, itong isang proyekto na to costing 500 million, siguro sa aming pagsusuri dahil nga merong mga deficiencies, no? Noted deficiencies, either hindi na ano yung specs o yung mga linagay na stats, for example, medyo nagkawalaan at hindi valor 500 million, kumbaga.
How would you describe the 32 billion transactions? Is this questionable? Is this...
Well, I think I just answered you, Joseph. I said that hindi naman lahat ng 32 billion na yan ay questionable. Merong mga portions na questionable kasi nga either in the nature of an overprice o kaya may mga deficiencies dahil hindi sinunod ang specs.
Ma'am, question. Hanggang Rosar Manila, bulit na. Yung ibang mga legislators, sabi niya nakatanggap ng mas malaki. Diba? Meron tumanggap na 3 billion. Inalam niyo bang dahilan kung bakit nakatanggap sila ng ganito kalaki?
Hindi.
Number 2 question.
Sandali, gusto mo sagutin ko muna yung una mong tanong. Okay. Hindi nga ho mismo ma-explica sa amin ng DBM. Pati nga yung kanilang mga records nga ay hindi
ho ba dahil sa kanilang pwesto sa lower house o sa Senado?
Hindi naman ganun ang paliwanag. Walang paliwanag, in other words.
Yung number 2, napakalaki yung pera nito. Ito ho ba madi-disallow ito mga ito?
We are in the process already of issuing notices of disallowance. At notices of disallowance against all persons that we have found to be involved, no? Usually ito yung may mga pirma, kasi kasama lahat to, no? It will probably take us, according to our director in charge, no? Because of the magnitude, baka abutin ho kami na 1 taon ka-i-issue pa lang ng notices of disallowance. Ganon kadami, per transaction kasi yun eh. At saka ganon din kadami yung mga persons involved.
The notices of disallowance, ibibigay lang mo ba yun sa congressman o sa legislator?
Lahat po, lahat tao po ang aming dinidisallow, no? Hindi opisina. The head of office, kung may makikita po kami na complicity o partisipasyon doon sa transaction na yan. No?
Ma'am, Steven lang po ulit, clarification lang. Yung 1 billion na sinasabi niyong nag-leak out of the 32 billion na naksakop ng special audit ng COA, ibig sabihin po nun na ibulsa? Hindi po. I think I said a while ago, and you can repeat I'm sure this is being recorded. I already said, alam mo, medyo naiinip na ako pag sa mga ganyang tanong. I don't want words being put in my mouth, okay? And I will say this for the 3rd time. Yung leakage na yan is in the nature or is in the form of overprice, of specs not being followed, or there is something wrong with the construction, parang hindi magamit, or that kind of thing, no? So in other words, that's why the example I gave a while ago, yung 500 million,
halimbawa, yung balor ng yung project cost, ano, siguro dahil sa mga kakulangan na yan, baka siguro it should have been worth only 300. That's what we mean by leakage, okay? But hindi ko sinasabi, and never na sinasabi namin, and please, do not even try to put that into my mouth, no? Na may nagpulsa. Okay?
Just clarify, ma'am. Ma'am, doon sa 3 billion na hindi, kung sa ilalim po ng Arroyo administration ito nangyari, tapos nag-over and above yung release ng pondo na umabot ng almost 3 billion para sa isang congressman, mayroon po bang pananagutan doon ang DBM or yung higher up pa sa DBM? Kasi sila yung nag-release ng funds eh.
Again, that will depend on what is the internal arrangements or procedures in the DBM, no? So I think that is a question that we may all want to ask the DBM. Of course, we have asked, hindi nga kami sinasagot. Yes.
Hi, Ma'am AC Nichols from Solar News. Ma'am, sorry, just to clarify, ang dami na po kasi na-mention na amount. Ano po yung total po talaga na amount na na-audit po in the past 3 years po? Yung kabuuan po na amount na?
32 billion in PILP, 12 billion in PDAF, and 2 billion in financial assistance.
You mentioned that Carmela of Raptor, you mentioned most of the implementing agencies relied on the endorsement of the lawmakers. Did we see this 50% of the time, 70% or 75% of the time?
90%. In all of these cases, almost 100%.
And did you talk to the lawmakers, the senators, the representatives who endorsed the question of audit?
Yes, we showed them documents. Hindi yung mga iba nag-deny, hindi ko pirma yan, hindi ko in-endorse yan, ganon. May mga iba naman, oo, pirma ko yan. Ganon.
Magandang hapon po ulit.
Yes, ma'am.
Pwede ko pang matanong, kasi yung report ninyo, napakalawak, pero lumalabas na yung sistema, ang failure, systems failure ito entirely. Discretionary yung PDAF, walang accountability dahil pasahan kanyo yung implementing agency at yung mga congressmen. At paulit-ulit na parang yung mga proyekto hindi maayos, kulang sa specifications, mukhang may overpricing. So, hindi mo ba ang pinaka-problema kahit napakagaling ng COA, ng trabahong ginawa ninyo? Systems failure, it's a broken PDAF setup, and it cannot be saved by any other measure except, to let it go.
I think that we also have to take into account the fact that they have been able to get away with it, okay? There's a culture of impunity, I suppose, that we should also really consider. And I hope that with the investigation now going on by the DOJ and the Ombudsman, meron na pong mangyayari, may mga makakaswan dito. Remember, I don't know, I think it came out in the Inquirer 2 days ago. There is this case which was decided by the COA. It is a notice of it was a disallowance in the Vicente Soto Hospital. No, that's exactly the same modus operandi.
Pero
ganon. At in-uphold naman kami ng Supreme Court. So, hindi naman siguro, to say na wala nangyayari or something like that. Meron din naman, it just takes some time, no? Somehow justice catches up But this time, hopefully with everything that is going on, parang napaka-timing nga kasi actually nung lumabas yung sa Napoles, we have finished with the report. And parang every day I would read the papers, parang nababalidate yung mga findings namin. Ito yung sinasabi, ito yung nakita natin, di ba? Parang, parang it was so providential, that things are happening this way.
Pwede ko ma-follow up. Ang presidente, ang sabi niya, PDAF is the great equalizer, and he thought that, congressmen and senators are supposed to deliver goodies to their, or services to their constituents. Si Secretary Abad, kwento na po namin, sabi niya, pautakan lang yan minsan. Ayusin lang yung pagdokumento at ang PDAF, talagang, it's a political carrot and stick policy. Sa mga alyado, bigyan mo ng todo. Sa mga hindi mo kaalyado, gipitin mo. So, lumalabas po dito, ewan ko kung ano yung tingin niyo from an auditor's point of view. It seems like your judgment here today is a total failure or significant failure.
I don't think so. Ako personally, I believe the PDAF has its own place, no? Except that, as you said nga, the way that it has been dispensed, it has been used, it has been, talagang nawala completely ang mga controls. And nandun naman dapat din ang mga controls. Halimbawa, yung paano nangyari na may isang kongresista na almost 3 billion ang rinilis ng DBM sa kanya, no? Ano tong mga proyekto na to? Kongresista ito.
Anyway, kongresista. Okay, ma'am. Sige po, last na lang po. Kung
na-excite kayo,
political ang context ng PDAF. Alam po ng mga reporter na pagka merong difficult votes sa Kongreso o sa Senado, PDAF flows like crazy. Diba? Parang yan po yung parang pangkumbinse o pangpigil ng boto na gusto o ayaw ng Pangulo. Tatanong ko lang po, yung iba pong nakalista dyan, alyado ngayon ng Pangulo. Okay, Speaker, well, hindi pa si Speaker Belmonte, hindi ko po nakita, pero yung mga si Majority Floor Leader Neptali Gonzales II, si Prospero Nograles, mga nagkalabo-labo po ito ng partido ngayon ng Pangulo. Do you think in the end, this will be a case, as you recommended, filing of charges, decided on merit by the Ombudsman, or there will be political play, as had happened in prior reenactment of investigations into PDAF?
I have complete faith and confidence in the integrity of the Ombudswoman. And as she herself said, she is impervious to any influence. And I believe her.
Kahit party mates, ma'am.
Kahit party mates.
Hey ma'am, my name is Carol Ilagan of PCIJ. Ma'am, I just want to clarify, kanina po na-mention ninyo na wala po kayong nakitang ordinance or legal appropriation para for the NGOs to be engaging in implementing the project. So, is it safe to say, is it correct to say that these NGOs are not supposed to be implementing the projects?
In what we have seen, because there is no yes. Pero that does not mean to say na hindi na sila po pwede. Pwede naman. I mean, sundin lang natin, yung mga patakaran na ganyan, kagaya nung resolution na yan is from the GPPB, no? Which is under the DBM, no? DBM mismo nagsabi na kailangan may aproprasyon o kaya may ordinansya. Pero maski walang aproprasyon o ordinansya, yung mga implementing agencies naman, dina-download nila, no? Now, if they want, kasi under the Constitution, I think, the civil society groups, no, are a very vibrant force in nation building, in the economic life of the nation and all that. And I think that, they have to, they need to, and they need to be engaged. Again, we go back to ano yung mga patakaran, ano mga rules of the game. At saka, ito ba ay papatupad natin o hindi, di ba? Kasi ang nangyari dito, kaliwat kanan yung mga NGOs isipin niyo dito pa lang 82 NGOs na yun. Dali namang gumawa ng NGOs. Wala namang nag-evaluate anong track record, sinong nandito. And yun, parang binigay na lang and that's it.
Ma'am, hi, Ma'am Juliet here again.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, since napakagulugul nga kayo ang sinabi nyo because of maybe the extent of the corruption and the culture of impunity, were you able to, ma'am, determine kasi parang even some senators are saying that there's even a 60-40 hatian dito, parang yung corruption is that bad, that 60% goes to senators or congressmen and the rest goes to the project, if at all, or even less. Did your audit try to touch on this, the extent of yung pagka-dispal ko ng mga projects ng the funds?
No. Pero, when you read this report, halimbawa sa livelihood programs, kasi karamihan nga dito yung mga assistance to farmers in terms of fertilizers, seedlings, etc. Parang nung binabasa ko itong report na ito at kinakausap ko nga yung dinidiscuss nga namin with the auditors, sabi ko, kung lahat ng ito ay totoong napunta sa sinasabi nilang pinuntahan, baka wala na nga tayong balakaran dahil mapupuno na yan ng tanim, di ba? Oo. Exactly. Ganon yung magnitude, okay? Now, with what we have found, ang tansya ko, siguro, meron naman mga tinanim. Limbawa, bibili ng, i-report 1,000 seedlings of lanzones, whatever, pupunta sa isang, tapos papa-seminar, may darating na 40 na tao, well, at least, per their list, 40. So, itong mga tao na to, mag-uuwi na ngayon ng tig-isa o tig-2 seedlings ng lanzones, itatanim sa backyard. Yung tipong ganon. I mean, what is so sustainable and what is the livelihood there of, planting 2 seedlings of lanzones in your backyard? Meron pang mga kaso kaming nakita na, oops, parang wala halos nag-attend ng seminar, so biglang meron kang 1,000 seedlings dyan ng kung ano. O tinawag yung mga pulis. O iuwi nyo na to, bahala na kayo kung saan nyo gustong itanim. And then of course, nobody was monitoring whether tumutubo ba itong mga ito, ilan na namatay, whatever. So, with all of this that we have noted, ang estimate namin, siguro mga 10 to 20% lang talaga ang value ng proyekto.
Punta sa projects, ma'am. Wow. Ma'am, sa NGOs connected to Napoles, were you able to directly link the NGOs to her on paper, or were they just the NGOs that are identified from the whistleblowers?
No, we did not do anything of that sort because, for one thing, her name, Janet Lim Napoles, came out only recently. Etong report namin na itong audit na ito, inumpisa namin 2010 pa. But there are names here that are now coming up that are linked to her, so, nandito yon, At isa pa, meron din kami, nung sa fertilizer scam, in 2004, the 728 million fertilizer scam. Actually, lumabas na po ang pangalan ni Mrs. Napoles doon. At meron po siyang notice of disallowance, actually, Kasi yung kanyang, there's this supplier there called Joe Chris Trading, yun yung pinakamalaking supplier, sa kanya po pala yun, So, the name is not new, but of course, when we audit, hindi naman po kami yung avenging angels na hinahanap talaga namin to para i-link. Hindi po. Gusto ko lang pong linawin, pag nag-audit po kami, we go into something with a very clear mind na wala kaming iniisip na dapat ang resulta natin ganito. Hindi po. It unfolds. Depends on what turns out during our audit.
Of course, we're talking about public money, your taxes, my taxes, everybody's taxes. When you say disallowed, these are money that should be returned?
Yes, returned to government.
Have they been returned?
We have made some recoveries already.
How much?
From here? Yeah. From here, no. Wala pang mga notices of disallowance ito. Katatapos, sabi ko nga sa'yo, baka daw 1 taon abutin Paggawa pa lang ng notices of disallowance.
You think we can recover?
I'm sure. In time.
Ang procedure, from your level, you can recommend already.
What?
charges,
Recommend what?
Diba? You forward it to the DOJ will conduct a PI, the PI probably can result probable cause, go to ombudsman if it's a public official. Now, from your level, are you going to recommend charges against individuals?
Na-refer na namin ito. At ang aming recommendation nga yun nga, tingnan ninyo, investigahan ninyo at kung on the evidence that we have presented, if you think that there is a case. Kasi alam mo, pagdating na sa korte, medyo meron kasing quantum of evidence na kailangan. So right now, if I can tell you that we are assisting the Ombudsman and the DOJ. We have committed to put ourselves at their disposal insofar as helping them build the case from the evidence that we have. Okay? Now, whatever we have, we are going to give it to them. Whatever explanation they need, for example, you know, you see a certain piece of document and they will ask us, so what is the significance of this? Anong konteksto nito? I-explain ko namin sa kanila. So, that as far as we're concerned, that's a kind of help that we are giving this to investigating agencies.
If the DOJ and the Ombudsman will ask you who and how much, who will these persons be na pwede sabihin yung i-recommend for charges?
Palagay ko, hindi kami tatanungin ng DOJ at OMB ng who. Kasi yun ang trabaho nila.
Hindi, kayo. Di ba meron kayo set of evidence already? You know na who's involved.
All we do is to give them, these are the persons for this transaction. Ito yung nakita namin na nakadokumento, documented evidence. Ito yung mga involved dyan, yung mga nag-participate. Sila pa rin ang mag-evaluate.
Okay.